Welcome to episode 3 of JTJU, where we all try to be just a little better at the game of Clash of Clans. This week we've got MadisonH20 up against Slot 14. Why Slot 14? Because I couldn't pronounce the guy's name. It was Mandarin. I'm just an American. I can't speak any languages except German, and that's not good. Anyway, Slot 14 was his position on the map, number down. So, that said, let's take a look at him. Here he is, Slot 14, the infamous Slot 14. And as usual, if we take a gander at the Town Hall level, we've got Town Hall 8, and you really can kind of tell he's 6 on the air defense towers and 6 on the mortars. Rule of thumb, Town Hall -2 is about max level for the Town Hall itself, so for mortars and air defense. So you can kind of quickly glance at a base and know if they're maxed. But he also is, he's really, look at all these things. Level 10 cannons, by the way, cannons +2 to Town Hall levels, about max for the cannons themselves. And whiz towers, 6. Holy smokolas, this guy is tough nuts. So, it's going to be a hard battle for Madison. So we just decided to go with Madison's preferred unit, what he wanted to learn about, Hogs. So let's flip over to the attack plan. First I got to close out Mr. Slot 15 here. There we go. So here is the attack plan. With Hogs, we've always, of course, start, as everything, with the trigger, drag, distract, and circle kill, the T-duck. And you can see for Madison, I actually broke it down into distinct steps. We're going to try to actually come in from here to do the trigger because it was within range. And then we'll actually drag from there with two giants, 2 wall breakers, because then when the giants are in here banging away, it's within distance. And then also get the king at the same time. We'll drag them over to here for the drag step. And then we'll get out to the circle kill position here with a giant deployed at 3. They'll get about here, and then we'll whoop with the archers. And we should take care of that. So now at that point, we're ready to release the Hogs. But before we do, we're going to actually do what we call the Reg Rush, named after Regnarski, one of our clan clashers, in that he does a hybrid hog rush. It's partial giants, partial hogs. Use the giants as a thrust inward to pull fire, allowing the hogs to run rampant to the right or left of the giant push. So we're going to release the giants actually the same position where we started the trigger, because the wall is already down. And we're going to hopefully push in and get right here and distract this AoE. This is probably the biggest concern, and this guy, for the Hogs, because it can do area of effect, and Hogs kind of group up. Once our giant pushes in and we're pulsing in some wall breakers to get them into about right here, we'll deploy the Hogs over here at 4. They all go bounding in, and the pathing should be something like this. We're assuming there's a Tesla here, but we should see something like this in terms of pathing. And then the clan castle Hogs are a little stronger than Madison's, will actually come from this direction and bound in at the same time. Notice we have some heal spells plotted out for Madison as he goes, with the notation of casting forward. That means as they come into here, don't panic and be like, oh my god, and throw the heal here. We want to throw the heal here when they're here. And then they're running around, throw the heal here when they're there. Throw the heal here when they're there. Throw the heal there when they're there. Get it? So then they would be typically running into the heal spell, getting a more continuous coverage on heal. But once we've done that, then we can release our final push. So hopefully the defenses are down. Then we do our final release of whiz and archers from this top 6 position, taking out the town hall and moving down. Right? Alright. So let's find out what happened. Alright. What will happen? Who knows? Here we go with the trigger. The giants are down. As you can see, the king is hammering away. And sadly, look what happened there. No trigger. So at this point, bad planning on our part. Clearly, the clan castle circle wasn't far enough out on that. And if you go back and look, the clan castle circle actually touches the outer corner, the bottom corner of that archer tower, and that was a mistake. Because the giants stood actually outside of that corner and never got in. So at this point, Madison's like, what the hell, man? I can trigger the king, but it's going to leave the it's going to leave the clan castle troops ready to go. But so he's continuing with the plan. He's deploying his giants in. They go down. Now watch this. Bang! Out they come. So sure enough, we were just on the edge. It's a big lesson to be learned. And look at those wizards tear the crud out of our giants. It allows our hogs to get in, though, and he's following the plan. Look at that, perfect, and the cast forward is beautiful. I mean, he is playing it to the correct, but he's got those wizards chasing his hogs, man. But otherwise, look at the beautiful cast forwards running around. The pathing was predicted perfectly. If only we had drawn out the clan castle. Look at that. Oh, Lord. And so there's his deployment of his cleanup troops that he had left over because he had to use extra because he didn't know what to do after his trigger failed. Now, I'll have you know, 3 seconds down, clearly he's going to lose this, but almost actually got a star even with the trigger fail. But there's two main things we can learn from this thing. One, if you can't trigger, you're dead. So you have to make sure to trigger. Two, the trigger radius of a clan castle, you got to be confident that where your troops are going to attack whatever it is you're dropping them in to go get is within the circle. There's space for your units to stand inside the circle and attack it at the same time. Let me actually toggle to this guy's base and we can look at his war map position here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's this guy. Let's take a look. Yep, there he is. So look here. When I drop the circle, see that? See right there at the edge how, me being an idiot, I said, Madison, go ahead and attack that archer tower right at the corner. So, duh. A much better trigger position would have been like up here at 1 o'clock on the cannon, the brass cannon. Or even this cannon at 7 o'clock. I think if you would have come in from the top right side, you would have, or top left side there, that top corner, and attack from that corner, you would have been good too. And then you just do like an archer or something to pull this king because he's wandering all over the place. You could have easily dropped an archer right there and done it. So in hindsight, we could have done a much better job on the trigger, which would allowed him to probably get 2 stars, maybe 3. But he did then go on to 3-star another base with his second attack using the same technique. So Madison, good job. And until next time, everybody, clash on.